Class of 2020. On behalf of the North Dakota Association of Honor Society at South High School, I would like to welcome senior Honor Society members and guests. We are so glad that you are able to be here with us tonight to finally celebrate and officially welcome you as members to the South High Honor Society. Last year didn't end the way any of us expected, but I know I am glad and hope that you are too to be back at South High School. To start off the evening, I would like to introduce the others on stage with me for tonight's ceremony. Please stand when I call your name. My classmate and fellow MC, Dalton Booth. Our guest speaker for tonight, class of 2001 graduate, Troy Knutson. Our South High administration, Dr. Birch. Mrs. Evenson. Dr. Mortrud, and our South High Honor Society advisors, Ms. Guy and Mrs. Bailey. To get things started, we will begin the program by presenting the students who have qualified this year for membership in the North Dakota Association of Honor Society. Membership in Honor Society is earned by the effective demonstration of 4 qualities, each representing a point on the star and the emblem you see on the table. These 4 qualities include character, leadership, scholarship, and service. As members of South High Honor Society, we added a 5th quality, attitude, in the middle to show that as Bruins, we have class, an acronym representing each of these important qualities: character, leadership, attitude, scholarship, and service. The emblem of the North Dakota Association of Honor Society is the star, which represents truth and knowledge. Each of our new members has demonstrated that they are a star, and earned this right by exemplifying these qualities, which will now be further explained.
Character is the force within each individual which distinguishes that person from others. It creates for each of us our individuality. Without character, no one can respect oneself nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character which guides one through life, and when once developed, grows steadily. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant action, daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. By demonstrating such qualities as reliability, honesty, and sincerity, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
I forgot I could take my mask off. Leadership should be an exert, a wholesome influence on the school. In taking the initiative in class and school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to attain the same objective. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interest of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in the country, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed. Thus, leading is a substantive charge to each of our members and to the candidates.
Attitude is a way of fueling or responding to ideas, people, and situations. As members of Honor Society, we strive to demonstrate and role model a positive attitude for others by showing respect for our school, community, our peers, and all those we encounter in our daily lives. Showing a positive attitude helps students cope with the daily affairs of life, bringing optimism and avoiding worry and negative thinking, making us happier, brighter, and more successful.
Scholarship means a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours reading and studying, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for education ends only with life. Knowledge is one great element in life which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past and the light which illuminates the future. Candidates have the change to continually expand their world through the opportunities and inherent in scholarship.
Service can be described in various ways. In the routine of the day's work, many opportunities arise to help others. Willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to the idea of volunteering our time and abilities to the creation of a better tomorrow. You have just heard the 5 principles of the North Dakota Association of Honor Society and South High Honor Society. To our new members, please come forward to the stage, keeping at least a 6-foot distance between you and the person in front, and follow in a continuous line up the staircase to the stage as your names are read. Will row 1 please rise at this time and come forward? Ethan Amundsen, Julia Beckerman, Margaret Posey, Abigail Braden, Devin Briss, John Burrow, Alice Carlson, Sophia Crum, Kiernan Darling, Braden Detling, Tommy Doe, Ellie Eschorn, Kelly Emerson, Abigail Evenson, Kaylee Finiseth, Kiana Gould, Anna Guttormson, Lillian Hosser, Tyler Wong. Ethan Jablin. McCartney Junt. Leila Kantarovic. Grace Kennedy. Peyton Kessel. Tanner Kirkeby. Jocelyn Larson. Hugh Lee. Anne Lockheed. Antonio Lyons. Jade Maloney.
Ivana Marshall. Riley Martin. Jocelyn Mills. Taylor Nitchby Durbin. Bela Ortega. Isabel Oslin. Stella Peterson. Sydney Cobell. Gavin Rayul. Emma Rieger. Anna Robinette. Madeline Robinson. Emma Rudolph. Caleb Brzeziska. Zainab Samora. Monica Sayer. Paige Schroeder. Chaz Schultz. Isabella Schwartz. Emily Sherva. Ann Smith. Rhiannon Solberg. Gannon Steffes. Dane Sturlogson. Brooke Thorsness. Ton Tran. Brooklyn Ulrich. Dana Wiley. Elizabeth Wilhelm. And Ashley Williams.
South High Honor Society inductees, at this time, will you please rise and turn to face our guests. While you're standing, I want to share a few things to know about this year's inductees. You have just seen 60 new members recognized. This is the largest honor society group at South High since 2010, when South had class sizes of over 500 students. This means over 27% of this year's senior class has a GPA of over 3.6, which is pretty amazing. Great job, seniors. Also, South is proud to have 3 National Merit semifinalists this year. One is Anna Robinette, who was just recognized as a new member. Congratulations, Anna. New members, please stay standing and turn back toward the stage. Will all members face the podium now repeat this pledge after me? I pledge myself to uphold the high purposes of South High Honor Society, to which I have been selected, striving in every way, by word and deed, to make its ideals the ideals of my school and of my life. You may now be seated. At this time, it is my privilege to introduce today's guest speaker, Troy Knudsen. Troy is a 2001 graduate of Fargo South and a proud Bruin. At South, Troy participated in track and was known for showing off his dance moves to Ice Ice Baby with his classmates and the Bruin Kicks his senior year. After high school, Troy attended NDSU, where he earned a Bachelor of Science degree in electrical engineering. Upon graduation, he began working full-time for Cass County Electric Cooperative and has held several positions in the engineering and operations department. Most recently, he was promoted to manager of engineering, where he oversees the design, construction, and maintenance of CCEC's distribution plant. Troy was awarded the North Dakota Young Engineer of the Year Award in 2016 by the North Dakota Society of Professional Engineers. Troy is a lifelong Fargoan and lives in South Fargo with his wife Sydney and 2 boys, Titus and Nico, who will be future Bruins. While the boys keep them plenty busy, Troy enjoys golfing and working on home projects in his free time. Please join me in welcoming Troy Knudsen to the stage.
Oxygen. See my mask off. Thanks for having me here tonight. Congratulations to all of you for being here. You should be very proud of yourselves for being here. By the way, if there's any footage of that Ice Ice Baby dance, I'd like to grab that before we go. My friends and I, we've been looking for that for years. So, anyway, I was going to try and tell you a personal story of why I think I'm here and why I think I was somewhat successful in life. And it goes way back, and stick with me here because there's a message behind it too. But personally, for me, my dad had MS, and he was diagnosed with MS when I was 3 years old in 1985. And so I progressively watched him walk with his cane and then crutches and then onto a wheelchair. He was a chronic progressive, so he would have episodes where he would get, it would flare up and he would never actually get back to where he was in the first place. So he would constantly go to where he couldn't get out of bed anymore on his own. So by the time I was graduating from South High here, he was basically bedridden and in a wheelchair. And I was, I had an older brother, and he had gone on to college in Milwaukee, so I was kind of the last of kin around. So I ended up taking care of him, and from pretty much the time I was 17, lining up care for him, taking care of his finances, making sure he had everything he needed, and basically doing all that until he passed away a couple of years ago here now. But the reason I'm telling you that is because I think from a very early age, it forced me to be a lot more responsible than my typical peers in class, and it forged in me a sense of responsibility and a sense of, I don't know, I had to grow up really fast, and I think that it made me the person I am today, and that's why I don't regret it. It forged who I am today. You know, I turned in college, I wasn't the person that was going to close down the bars until 2 o'clock. You would probably find me at the library studying or working hard on something else, and I think that's part of why I am who I am today. And I just wanted to relay that to you, that not everything is going to come easy to you in your life, and there's going to be speed bumps and things that don't happen the way you expect them to happen. And one of my favorite quotes about that is, you know, flowers have to grow through dirt first, and keep that in mind, because there's not always sunshine when flowers are growing. They have to get rain and they have to grow through dirt. So keep that in mind, because this is 2020, and we are, whoever thought we'd be here and where we've been in the last 6 months. So I guess my message to you, if there's a message, is where are you going to let 2020 take you? We were talking with a bunch of friends yesterday about, you know, what our picture, we're going to look back at our phones and see pictures of everybody with masks on, and we're like, oh yeah, that was 2020, I remember that, because that was the year of the pandemic. And but what are you going to let 2020 do for you? Because there's obviously been road bumps, and there's been roadblocks, and we're still getting along. But I guess I would challenge you to decide if you're going to let it, how you're going to let it affect you, and how to turn it into a positive for yourselves. And you know, I was looking at reading all of the principles of the Honor Society, falls right in line with that, on how you can let it better yourself and turn it into a positive for yourself. So that's really all I have to say. That's my message. I was told to keep it short, so I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
Thank you, Troy, for initially scheduling to be here with us in April, rescheduling to be here tonight, and for your inspiring message. Next, I'd like to welcome Dr. Birch to the stage to share a few words before we conclude tonight's ceremony.
Thank you, Dalton, and good evening. It's interesting, the last time I had the opportunity to share a stage with Chloe and Dalton was May 31st, and that was an opportunity we called graduation, and it felt as though that it would be one of those opportunities where I should have a flower. We're going to have graduation, we're not going to have graduation. And then it went to, we're going to have graduation only with students, we're going to have graduation with guests, to we're not going to we're going to. The good news is that we did have the opportunity to celebrate as a class 2020, and both Dalton and Chloe were speakers at that particular event, so it's certainly awesome to have them back here at South High School and to be part of this ceremony once again. Again, it's my pleasure to also welcome you to those who are present and also those who are watching online to the 2020 North Dakota Association Honor Society induction of the Fargo South chapter. Though the ceremony, as you've heard, is delayed by a few months and a limited number of in-person guests, we are very proud and honored to celebrate the academic accomplishments of Fargo South's brightest. Tonight, the stage belongs to you, the academic and character all-stars of Fargo South. It's also my pleasure to thank Vanessa Bain and Heather Guy, our advisors, for the work that they do, not only for this ceremony, but throughout the year, upholding the principles of Honor Society and also making sure that our students are fulfilling the requirements to maintain their Honor Society status. So would you please join me in a round of applause for both Vanessa and Heather. In order for students to be considered for induction into the South High chapter, as you've heard, they must maintain a grade point average of 3.6 and also demonstrate, as you've heard multiple times, the word class. And class is certainly an acronym that we love to live by here at South High School because it exemplifies so many of the qualities and characteristics that we would expect the students to be able to uphold, to be able to identify as a Honor Society member, and also to continue to develop. I mean, these are lifelong skills that certainly are started far before the students ever achieve this recognition by parents, by grandparents, and by others who are influencing them as teachers and also coaches. I also want to spend a little bit of time talking about the words honor and society. The word honor indicates that a source of credit, distinction, and respect has been earned. As you know, it has taken hard work and commitment to get here. The word society references that you are part of a community. And take a moment and reflect on who helped you get to this point. And never forget that, because as Troy mentioned, the flower has to go through dirt. Who was your sunshine? Who was your water? Who was your fertilizer to be able to get you to blossom and to continue to allow you to grow and shine and beautify the world? So I think that is a very appropriate analogy at this point to be able to recognize who has been instrumental in the efforts to be able to help you grow to the young men and women and academic all-stars that you are. Students, as you look through the hallways here at South High School, you're also going to see posters, and on that poster is the word Bruinship. One of the things that we have talked about as a faculty are 3 words that we always keep in mind here at South High School. And those 3 words are leadership, relationship, and championship. And what's common about all those words is the word ship. So we've taken the word ship and turned that into some core values here at South High School, where S is about being a safe and nurturing school. H, we honor diversity and we champion hope. I, we press upon integrity and also excellence. And P, we use that to protect the Bruin banner. In other words, we are going to advance South High School in the way that recognizes the positive accomplishments of who we are and who represents being a Bruin. So as members of the Honor Society Chapter of South High, I ask you to uphold these core values now and in your future. Honor Society members of South High, I congratulate you on your achievements thus far. I look to you to be captains of your and our ship and to continue to excel in your academics while contributing to the Bruin community in all the ways that you can this year. Again, congratulations to a well-deserved honor, and I expect you to be academic role models throughout this year. Congratulations again.
Thank you, Dr. Birch, for your comments this evening and for your leadership at South High. We wish to thank our members and special guests for sharing this evening with us. Our gratitude goes to Mr. Wilhelmy and his tech crew who enhanced our ceremony with their talents. Also, thank you to the Assistant Principal, Mr. Beaton, for being in the back and making sure that we are able to live stream tonight's ceremony for those who are not able to attend. Thank you to our administration, Dr. Birch, Dr. Mortrud, and Mrs. Edison for joining us on stage and taking time out of your evenings, your evenings, to be here and celebrate with us. Dalton, I'll hand you these. Thank you to our guest speaker, Troy Knutson, for coming back to South and sharing his message with us tonight and reminding us, once a Bruin, always a Bruin. Although not in the theater at this time, we do thank South High's head engineer, Joy Cross, and his staff for their assistance in setting up tonight's ceremony. Lastly, thank you to our family members and friends for your support in our academic success and for being with us today. Congratulations to all of our new members. At this time, we conclude our ceremony and invite you to adjourn while we do a quick turnaround and get set up for our next event, the 2020 Homecoming Coronation. Go Bruins!